Hey YouTube, this is PrimetimePokemon. In this video, I'll be showing you how to send Pokemon cards through the mail. There are many reasons why you may want to send Pokemon cards through the mail. You may be sending someone free cards, you may be making a trade with someone, or you may be selling your cards. In this video, I'll be showing you, in my opinion, what I think is the best way to send Pokemon cards through the mail. So the first thing to do is get your cards together. In this case, I just have the one card. You could have one or many. I'll go through the different options in this video. So let's say you just have one card or maybe 1 to 5 cards or so that you want to send. What I would do is take your card, get an Ultra Pro penny sleeve, and you can watch my How to Protect Your Pokemon Cards video. And a lot of the things I'm using in this video, I talked about in depth in that video. I'll have a link to that video in the description of this one. So, put the card in the penny sleeve. Get a top loader like this. I use the premium version, Ultra Pro. It's a little thicker plastic than the regular. Put it in there like this. I actually put it in here like this. I've seen people turn it over like this. I just do it like this. I put it all in the same way. And you can just tap it on the table or whatever you have. And the card's very well protected in here. You can do something even more to protect it. Is I have a bag of team bags here. And what you can do, and I talked about this in the protection video, is that if you really want to protect it, if you don't want to get dust or moisture or anything in here, you can just put this card right in the team bag. That's what they're called, and it fits perfectly. Just put it like this. Probably once you'd peel the backing off of here, and you'd peel that over. I can do it here, I'll show you for the video. There we go, peels off. Just goes like this, and there's the card. Nothing can get to it. It's pretty glossy, so there's a lot of reflections. But this is the best possible way to package one single card, in my opinion. And what you do is, if you're just sending one card, or let's say 3 or 4 cards, you can do this for each card. And I would buy a bubble envelope just like this. There's a lot of different sizes. This one, this 000 numbered one, fits a couple of cards quite well. You can put an index card or whatever else you'd like in there, a note, and then just open this up, and there's bubble padding inside of here, and you can just slide the card right in here. And then you can just remove this and peel it over, and then you put your name up here, and then whoever you're sending it to here. And I get this question asked a lot: how much does it cost to send Pokemon cards? Well, that really depends on where you're sending it, if you're sending it outside the country, and then how heavy the package is and how big the package is. What I would recommend is just going to your local post office and getting postage there. Just ask or just say you want to pay for postage. They'll weigh your package and then they'll give you a price. And there's different options. You can have first class mail, which is the slowest, at least in the United States, and priority mail is a little more expensive, and it gets there a little quicker. There's also options when you get to the post office. Delivery confirmation is a little bit extra, but that means that you can give your package a tracking number, and then you'll know for sure when the person you're sending it to has received it. There's also insurance, that type of thing. If you're sending a really valuable card through the mail, you may want to buy insurance. That way, if it does get lost, the post office will pay you back however much you state the package is worth. So that's just if I would say 1 to 5 cards or so. If you can't afford these big bubble envelopes like this, there's other options. And the bigger bubble envelopes, you can put definitely more cards in there. Take this card back out. Other options, there's a couple of standard envelope sizes. There's this one here. Looks like so. You can just put it in there. The cards fit quite well in there. Then you can put your note or whatever else in there, just like so. this will cost a little less. And it might even cost less than a stamp or two if you just have the one card. And then there's this small envelope. So if you really want to go cheap and you're only sending one card, you can definitely do it like this. Another option for sending just one card, I would still use the penny sleeve no matter what. So I can take this out of here. So let's say you don't have any of these top holders. I would for sure get penny sleeves. They cost about $1 per 100 Suns and they penny sleeves. But there's these flimsy Ultra Pro holders, a little less protective, but they're a lot thinner and lighter. You can just put a card in here, slide it in like so, and then you can send it that way. Another option is to get a protective case if you have more than a few cards. So like I said, 1 through 5 cards or so. If you have 2 or 3, I would definitely just use the heavy duty Ultra Pro holders. If you have 5, 6, 7, I would use these little thinner holders. You can fit a lot more cards into one of those smaller bubble envelopes. And then if you have 15 or 20 cards, there are some options there. If you go to your local card shop or online, they'll have these plastic cases that fit anywhere from 10 to 50 cards. And you can just put your cards in there, and then depending on the size of your case, you can put it in the envelope. Obviously, this bubble envelope's too small for this, but if you go to any place that sells envelopes, you can get incrementations in size of bubble envelopes. And this bubble envelope costs about 40 cents. So they're actually pretty cheap. If you don't have these plastic cases and you want to send anywhere from 10 to 50 cards or so, what you really could do is I always suggest using penny sleeves at the very least. But what I would do is I would put all your cards in penny sleeves, stack them on a piece of computer paper like this, just like so, and then basically wrap them up in the computer paper. So you'd have a stack of cards here, and what you would do is you just fold around it. And the cards are going to be protected in the plastic sleeves. I've sent and received Pokemon cards in the mail like this before. You get a stack like so, and then you can fold over the computer paper just surrounding that card. Just like so, and you can tape it here if you'd like, and then you come over here and fold it right to the edge of that penny sleeve. You could tape it again here, and then you fold it over one more time, and then you can tape it here. And if you have anywhere between 10 and 50 cards, they'll be well protected in here. And then once you do this, I'd always put it in a bubble mailer. If you're not using top loaders, bubble mailers are definitely a necessity. Same with if you're using a plastic case, you always want to put them in bubble mailers because you don't want to risk damaging anything. Another tip on using these plastic cases to send cards, if you put cards in here, even if you fill it to the brim, you can still shake it a little bit. So what I do is I take a piece of paper towel, rip a piece of paper towel off, put it on top of the cards, and then close the case. That way, if you shake it like this, the cards won't move around because it'll be a very tight fit. Also, when I send these plastic cases, or if you're going to, you can tape both sides like this so it doesn't break when you're sending it. So that's about 10 to 50 cards. If you have anything bigger than that, I would suggest getting one of those clear plastic jammer cases that I showed in my How to Protect Pokemon Cards video, or getting cardboard boxes, and they sell those at any local card shop or anything like that. Putting the cards in there, and then doing the same thing, padding the box with paper towels and plastic bags, any type of padding in there. And then I would actually suggest using a flat rate box from the United States Postal Service if you're in the United States. because a lot of times you can get away with a lot of weight in those boxes and be able to send it for one flat rate. So if you're sending, 500-600 cards, find a cardboard box that is specifically designed to fit Pokemon cards or sports cards in general. You can just stack them like this all the way in the box, and then once you're in there, I would tape the box shut and then put it into a flat rate box. So that's basically it, how to send 1, 2, 3 all the way up to 50, 100, 500, that type of thing. But if you're general questions, postage, how much does postage cost, go to your local post office, just weigh your package, then you'll be able to determine how much your package costs to send. Biggest thing is just protecting your cards when you send them. Like I said, Ultra Pro holders are definitely the best thing to keep your cards in after you put them in penny sleeves. I would suggest sending cards in bubble mailers, but if you don't have bubble mailers, you can just use regular envelopes. Just make sure that the cards are in holders. And if you really don't have many supplies, you can always use a piece of computer paper. It's actually somewhat thick of a paper, and just surround the card like this. And if you could have stacks of cards in there, it'll fit perfectly. Some definitely do nots when you're sending Pokemon cards through the mail. Do not try and stuff many cards in a small envelope. What will happen is by the time your cards get to their destination, the envelope will be ripped. None of the cards will be in the envelope that you sent them, or your cards will be damaged. Do not put cards in rubber bands. When you put cards in rubber bands, the edges of the cards are indented. And then definitely don't tape any cards. You can tape plastic cases shut, but just don't tape actual cards, because then when you pull the tape off, it'll take some of the card off with it. So I hope this video has been very informative to you. I hope you know a lot more about how to send Pokemon cards through the mail. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the comment section. I always answer all of the comments there. And you can also message me if you have any other comments. But thanks a lot for watching. You can check out my How to Protect Your Pokemon Cards video in the video description. There's a link there, as well as links to my blog where I review cards every day, and Facebook and Twitter links. So, thanks a lot for watching. Once again, I hope this helped, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.